Job ko right now, and what I'm getting is better than kung ano yung iniwan ko sa Pilipinas. So it's kind of like times 6, times 5, kind of.
Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Okay, we have our first interview for 2025. Okay, ang kanyang storya, in 11 months lang, no? Naging permanent resident na po silang mag-asawa dito sa Canada. Ang bilis, tinatanong nga niya kung normal na timeline lang ba yun. Sabi ko, hindi, mabilis na yun. Lalo na sila ay dumating dito through the International Student Pathway. Now, even if medyo naging mabilis na rin kahit papano yung pagiging PR po nila dito. Of course, their journey to Canada didn't come without, hardships and big adjustments. At yan po ang ating pag-uusapan. Kasama ang ating kakwentuhan, si Francis Garlejo. Si Francis, who is in Waterloo, Ontario. Hi, Francis.
Yeah, hello.
Light episode lang, no? It's about time. Medyo, naman tayo, magkaroon ng inspiring episode dahil yung mga past episodes ko, alam nyo naman, puro mga balita tungkol sa paghihigpit dito sa Canada, other problems dito sa immigration system po sa Canada. But anyway, sige, ngayon, pakinggan muna natin ito ngayong journey to permanent residency in Canada. 11 months. Oo, Francis, magandang timeline na yun. Akalain nyo, hindi niya na kinailangan pang dumaan technically, I think sa post-graduation work permit kasi before he even, or pag-graduate ka pa lang, na-PR na kayo, tama ba?
Pag-graduate pala na hindi.
Ay, ano ba?
Yeah, so I got the job offer a month before yung last day of school, di ba? Like okay. April of 2023. I got the job offer March of 2023. Pero nag-start na akong mag-work sa job na yon, and I was holding the study permit back then kasi dati pwede pang mag-work ng more than 20 hours yung mga international student. So after nung last day ko, and then last day ko sa school, pinasas ko na yung PGWP ko. And while I'm waiting for the approval of that one, nag-continuous lang yung work. And then after 5 months, nag-start na ako for application for PR.
Dumating na ba yung mo? Naka-implied status ka pa for PGWP? Dumating sa PR?
No, meron na akong PGWP. Yes, meron na akong PGWP.
Sige. Let's rewind a little. Sige nga, pala natin na-umpisahan na. What brought you to Canada? Si Francis and his wife arrived here in 2022. Yes. But I understand, medyo matagal nyo na rin iniisip magpuntang Canada.
Yes. Actually, 2019, nung na-introduce sa akin ng Canada, it was not me who got interested in Canada at first. Kasi I remember last quarter of 2019, nag-apply ako ng car finance noon. I was working in Makati. I was working as an IT. And then isang araw, sa bahay ng kuya ko, because we're living in the same roof. So sa bahay ng kuya ko, parang excited siya. Sabi niya sa akin, mag-Canada ka. Okay. Parang
Bakit?
Out of nowhere, sabi niya, mag-Canada ka. Sabi niya. Yun pala, nag-attend siya ng parang Pathway to Canada event. Parang ganon. So ako, sabi ko, okay, wala akong ka-idea sa Canada. Ang alam ko sa Canada, maraming nurse na pupunta doon, dito sa Canada. And in demand ang butcher, in demand ang welder. Pero yung international student pathway, wala akong idea.
Okay.
So, nung sabi niya mag-Canada ako, okay, sige, I will check. Kasi I remember, it's the same week or the same day, if I'm not mistaken, nag-submit na ako ng mga requirements para dun sa car finance application ko. So,
Oo.
yeah. Tapos, I remember it took me 2 weeks para mag-decide kung Canada ba or ipupush ko na lang yung career ko sa Philippines and yung car application ko. Nakipag bonding pa ako sa mga friends ko, inuman. Tapos nagtanong ako sa kanila kung ano bang mas okay, anong mas better. Diba? Tapos isa lang naman ang sinasabi nila, mag-Canada ka na lang. So, that 2 week, hindi, parang isip ako ng isip, okay, sige, game. So, kinancel ko na yung plan ko to have a car. And alam ko na kapag magka-Canada ako, kailangan kong mag-save ng money, di ba? For a fund.
Oo.
Tapos, while searching the Instagram, I saw a sponsored post na tungkol sa education fair event for Canada. So, okay, baka ito yun, sabi ko. So, nag-register ako doon, pumunta ako doon sa event mismo, may kasama pa akong friend ko, nagpasama ako. Sa may, I think it's a mall in EDSA corner Ortigas Avenue. So,
Robinsons? Ano ba
Robinsons, yeah, Robinsons Galleria. So, pagpunta ko doon, it's kind of like a function hall na nandun lahat ng mga colleges from Canada, Centennial, Fanshawe, Conestoga College, and
parang recruitment fair talaga.
Oo, yun.
I
So,
see.
that time kasi I was working in OpenText Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So, OpenText Philippines is headquartered in Waterloo. Kaya,
okay.
yes. Kaya parang nung nakita ko yung Conestoga College, tapos nakalagay yung location doon, Waterloo, parang napaisip ako na, baka after kong mag-study, pwede akong mag-apply ulit sa company ko since yung headquarters is doon. Pero, nangyari, and may nakalagay kasi doon na no IELTS required. So,
okay.
Sabi ko, okay, -1 na yun sa requirement. So, go na ako dito. So, kinausap ko yung consultant doon. Katabi niya pa ata yung vice president for something yung sa school na yun, sa Conestoga College. So, kinuha ko yung contact. And then, how do you call this? Parang nag-initiate na ako ng discussion with her, yung consultant. Mm-hmm. So, I decided, siguro mga after 2 months, na okay, game. Kasi may fee yung consultant initial fee. So, binayaran ko na siya. Okay, game na ako. And the intake was supposed to be September of 2020. So, that give me a room to... Yes, that give me a room to parang save up for the fund. Kasi ang alam ko, ang fund na kailangan kong bunuin or i-save is around 1.4 million. And kasi that comprises yung 4 semester, it's a 2-year program sa Conestoga College. And of course, yung parang additional expenses nun. Diba?
So, naipon mo yun? Kasi, teka muna, so you didn't proceed with the fall intake ng 2020. So, you waited 2 years before you proceeded.
Yes. Actually, it's not 2 years dapat kasi September 2020. So, that's like 1 year. Kung last quarter ko siya of 2019 na parang nag-initiate nung contact na yun with the consultant. So, it's like a year from yung time na yon until yung September of 2020. Pero, yun nga, nangyari yung COVID. So, lahat ng parang plano na-cancel. So, wala lahat. Di ba? So, sabi nung consultant ko, since tigil naman lahat, pwede naman nating i-defer and then move it to 2021.
Yun,
Yeah.
2021 pala, okay.
Pero, hindi natin alam or sure kung hanggang kailan yung COVID. Diba? Because I think the COVID lasted for like, what, almost 2 years?
Yeah, or
before
more, I think.
the gates open or before yung border nag-open.
Yeah.
So, parang na-defer siya, I think, twice. And then, finally, January of 2022, yun na yung intake ko sa Conestoga College. Oh, by the way, I took computer programming po dun sa school na yun.
Teka pala, Francis, what was the deciding factor? Kasi sabi mo, no, parang you had about 2 months thinking about kung ipo-pursue mo na lang yung career mo, basically sa IT, tutuloy mo yung pag-finance ng kotse, and then pinili mo Canada. Ano yung naging deciding factor? I mean, what was life back then in the Philippines ba? Ba't mo inisip na rin na, sige, iwan ko na lang to, kumbaga.
Yeah. I've been working in Manila for, I think, 6 or 7 years. Parang nakita ko yung parang nakakasawa yung environment. Napakainit, napakaingay. Gusto ko lang ng bagong environment. And of course, lahat naman tayo parang gusto na mas better yung opportunity. Diba? Nandyan na yung financial aspect ng opportunity na yun. So nakita ko yun as, baka pwede nga naman. Diba? Kahit na sabihin nating normal lang ako na IT sa Pilipinas. Ayun.
But syempre, ang sabi mo nga, finances isa na dun. Would you mind comparing, kumbaga, how your income has changed? Pero syempre, vis-a-vis yung expenses ng sa Philippines and dito sa Canada. Are you more comfortable with your money flow, kumbaga, dito ngayon sa Canada?
Yes, obviously, yung job ko right now and what I'm getting is better than kung ano yung iniwan ko sa Pilipinas. So it's kind of like times 6, times 5, kind of.
Oh, wow, okay.
Kasi,
okay naman sa cost of living. Siyempre kasi yung, many people will say, yeah, it's times 5 or times 6, but cost of living in Canada is way higher. How has it been for you?
Para sa akin, mas okay pa rin siya yung dito sa Canada. Kasi, let's be honest, if you have like $100 or $200 in your pocket, makakapuno ka na ng fridge, ng grocery. Di ba?
Ako hindi, Francis, ako hindi. Hindi kasi baka maano kami, malakas kumain, pero parang bitin na sa amin yun ngayon. Depends on how long you stop. But anyway, okay, maybe for you, that works. Okay. So, okay
I forgot. Nung time na 2019, nung ini-start ko yung Canada application, I was single then.
Oh.
So I met my wife March of 2020 during COVID. So COVID, ano ba? Couple kami. So nung time na pinaprocess ko siya, sinabi ko na rin sa kanya yung plan ko. And maganda nga kasi yung program ng Canada noon na pwede mong dalhin yung spouse mo. Right?
Noon.
So, nagbago lang din naman yung fund ko. Kumbaga nagdagdag din lang ako ng mga around 200,000 kasi 1.6 yung naging fund for both of us. And good thing, it's a good decision din kasi open work permit siya and yun nga. nung nag-start kami dito, yung wife ko talaga yung malaki yung mas napapasok na income kaysa sa akin.
Oo.
That time, nung international student ako.
Ako, buti pala hindi nagulat si wife mo na parang, "Hoy, ano ba yung kakakilala ko lang sa'yo, biglang magka-Canada na ako."
Actually, meron akong sinabi sa kanya noon na sabi ko, bakit pa natin papatagalin, di ba? Kung ganun din lang naman yung long-term plan ko para sa'yo. And parang it's better to do it now. At saka parang feel ko mas mura when it comes sa financial aspect or expense yung sabay na kaming pumunta doon kaysa yung mauna ako dito, mag-PPR ako, tapos kukunin ko siya. Parang feel ko mas mura yun. Kaya, ayun.
Okay. Nabanggit ko dun sa intro kanina, Francis, So, your journey to PR took you just 11 months. But, as I mentioned earlier, syempre, hindi naman yun ibig sabihin na smooth o madali ang naging proseso for you. Si Francis is saying, IT siya sa Pilipinas, and then, you tried applying for IT when you got to Canada as a student. Nahirapan ka, hindi ka nakakuha, and you ended up working as a
meat clerk in one of the siguro biggest grocery company rin dito sa Canada. The good thing doon is it's like 5 minutes walk away dun sa tinitirhan namin dati.
Napakalapit. Okay nga din naman.
Napakalapit, yes. So,
paano ka napuntang meat clerk? Ang layo. Layo. At buti natanggap ka din, nang wala kang experience doon.
Yes. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-print ako ng resume. Nag-print ako ng resume and I just submitted doon nung nag-walk-in ako sa grocery na yun. So my strategy back then is meron kasing parang business center malapit nga doon, 5 minutes away doon sa tinitiran namin. Ang strategy ko noon, lahat ng dadaanan ko mabigyan ko ng resume ko. Ganun. Okay. Saktong doon sa grocery na yon, tinanggap nila yung resume ko. And then they called me. And then I had the initial interview, and then my second interview with the manager of the meat department, and then yun na, nagtuloy-tuloy na.
How was it? How was your experience?
Actually, sa akin, hindi naman siya parang sa iba na parang, paano ba? Parang nahirapan mag-adjust. Kasi sa akin, yung mindset ko nun, nung dumating kami dito, kahit anong work.
Ganun naman talaga, marami talaga, no?
Kahit anong work, ang importante sa akin, income. Yun ang importante sa akin. Kasi kung walang income, walang pambayad ng rent, walang pambili ng pagkain, walang pangdagdag sa tuition. Ayun. So,
meat clerk, hindi meat butcher, So, ano ginagawa mo as a meat clerk?
So, ang ginagawa ko doon, I am the one who is assisting the butcher doon sa mga pre-prepare nila. So, ipapack ko yon. There's a machine. Ipapack ko yon. Nandun na rin yung price with the code. Tapos, idadala ko yon doon sa display. So it's kind of like the assistant of butcher / merchandiser. Parang
ganun. Did you need to study parts of the, ano bang kinakatay ninyo doon?
Yes. Beef, pork, chicken.
Lahat. Yes. Naku, inaral mo yung mga yan.
Yes. Yes, inaral ko yung mga cuts. Ayun. Hindi naman ako yung actual na nagka-cut So, okay lang.
I see. Okay. And then, when did you and how long did it take you to end up back sa pagiging IT?
Okay. That's a good question. So, I think I've stayed on that part-time job for 8 months.
Mhm.
So, if nag-start ako doon parang June of, or I think May of 2022.
Mhm.
Kasi Feb pala ako nag-arrive ng Canada. And then May, I got the part-time job. And then, siguro 8 months, 7 months. Kasi ang parang last ko na work dun is February of 2023.
Mhm.
And then the next month, March of 2023, that's nung nag-start ako na mag-work with University of Waterloo.
Yun,
Ayun.
oo. Ano yun, yung resume mo matagal nang naibigay sa kanila and then they suddenly just called you, gano'n yun? Ano nangyari?
Okay. So, ang ginawa ko kasi nung fourth semester ko is todo apply.
Okay.
Todo apply. Wala na akong pinipiling company. Whether it's big, medium, or small company, ina-applyan ko. And one of those company academic institution is University of Waterloo. So I would say it's like January or February nung kinontak nila ako that they are looking for a system administrator for the Office of the Research.
Mhm.
Ayun. So ayun, nabigyan tayo ng chance na ma-interview and thankfully nagustuhan naman nila yung mga sagot ko dun sa interview and they offered me the job.
Okay, for those curious, o ano bang expected dun sa job mo as a systems administrator? Baka merong mga curious diyan, "Naku, mahirap ba ma-interview?" Anong mga tinatanong? Ano bang kailangan nilang malaman?
Okay. So, the good thing about Canadians is when they are doing an interview, it feels like you guys are just having a coffee.
Okay, okay.
Yan. So, ang parang ma-advise ko is make the interview na parang friends mo sila.
Oo.
Ganon. Just
Huwag
a
ka masyadong
casual.
kabahan na parang memoryado mo lahat ng
Yes,
mga
yes.
ginawa mo noon, parang gano'n.
Yes. So just make it casual. Of course, there are technical questions
Mhm.
na I think if you are applying to a role, na-research mo na rin kung ano yung
Oo.
ina-applyan mo. Sa akin kasi, ang ginagawa ko, it's not only that technical answer or technical discussion yung pinag-uusapan sa interview. Nagtatanong din ako tungkol sa funding, tungkol sa business, ayan, tungkol sa mga challenges nila,
Aba, ikaw
no,
ang
sa
nagtanong din, eh, 'no?
operations.
But I think some
Mm,
interviewers like that. That you wanna get to
yes.
know them also, malalaman din nila yung mga nasa isip mo, 'di ba?
Yes, yes.
Oo.
Kasi napaka-importante nun na alam mo yung papasukin mo.
Oo din, yeah.
Iyon. So, minsan nga na I think nagulat sila nung nagtanong ako nung mga, yun nga, business side, ganon, challenges, how does your operation work, ganon. Mm.
Oh, okay, okay. And of course, it
Mhm.
was through that job, through that employer, yung University of Waterloo,
Yes.
na tumulong sa'yo mag-apply for PR through the Ontario, ano ba yung OINP? Magkakamali pa ako. OINP.
Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program.
Yan, oo. They
Ayan.
were very supportive of your application naman.
Yes, kasi I think University of Waterloo has its own kind of like an immigration department.
Mm.
So, nung sabi ko na I have this interest of applying for permanent residency, so I did advise my director and my direct manager kung pwedeng i-support ako ng University of Waterloo. Kahit sa mga documents lang, when it comes sa mga expense, yung sa application fee, i-cover ko na lang, sabi ko.
Mm-mm.
Pero It's good kasi sabi nila, it's fine. We're going to support you. Sabi nila. So, pinrovide nila yung mga kailangan ko na document.
Nice. Okay. And then, medyo mabilis din. Yung once nag-file ka, it just took a few months later that you got an, ano ba to, expression of interest na ba agad yung sunod nun?
Yes. So, there are, so on the, in the OINP, there are 9 streams, if I'm not mistaken. So, nag-create ako ng expression of interest for 2 streams.
Okay.
So, OINP for foreign worker and OINP for international student. Kasi doon ako eligible.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So, kung ano yung maunang madraw ako, yun yung ipupush ko na stream. Nagkataon na December of 2023, na-draw ako for OINP for foreign worker.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. O, diba? Congrats, guys, i-check nyo lang yung OINP, by the way, for those who are looking into it. Alam ko, nagsarado na rin yung, for the year 2024, baka mali. I-check nyo kung ano pang available mga streams for OINP. It's good research for you to determine, lalo na yung mga nagpaplano pa lang mula kayo dito, anong streams ang available para yun yung medyo, aralin ninyo, kung kayo ay international student, o yun yung mga skills, kumbaga, na kailangan ng Ontario province specifically.
Yes. So, ginawa ko siya DIY lang. And every information naman nasa canada.ca website. So, they just need to search in Google OINP. And I wanna thank also Jed and El kasi
Jed! Oy guys, yung mga na sumusunod sa atin, yan si Jed and El, mga kapitbahay ko sa Windsor. Klase pala ni Francis si El.
Ayan. Yes. So, I wanna thank them also kasi sila rin yung nag-share sa akin ng information nung pathway na yun. Yun. So, it's a big part,
Yeah. So, how has it been, Francis? Kamusta ka na? Now, PR, alam mo naman, syempre mga balita ngayon, na parang pahirapan na ma-PR. How do you feel na kahit papano, nako po, hindi mo dinaanan yun? Hindi mo iniisip yung pinoproblema ng marami ngayon?
Yes. Medyo thankful ako sa Lord, with the blessing na na-receive namin nung last year. Pero worried din ako kasi I have my older brother also here in Waterloo Region. Siya yung na-mention ko siya kanina na siya yung nag-introduce sa akin ng Canada.
Oh no! Siya pa yung medyo ngayon problemado.
Pero nandito na siya sa Canada with his family. Kailangan lang i-work out din yung PR pathway. Kasi kakagraduate niya lang din as an international student din sa Conestoga College.
Okay. That's good pala, no? Dalawa kayo dyan. At least you have family there. Kahit pa paano.
Yes.
Your wife,
kasi maganda rin yung naging decision ko kasi I was able to influence 3 of my cousins and my older brother is plano niya na talaga rin dati. Pero yung mga cousins ko nandito na rin kasi sila.
Oh, nice!
And they are working also kasi yung 2 out of 3 is kasama nila yung wife nila. And yung isang cousin ko, graduate na rin ng international student. So, nag-work na rin. Ayan.
Ayun. Hindi maganda pala, no?
So
okay.
Parang,
are there any regrets, Francis? Just to wrap up our episode, iniisip mo pa rin ba had you stayed in Manila? No kaya nangyari sa'yo? Or ginagawa mo na ngayon kung nandito ka pala?
I don't have any regrets. I think yung decision na ginawa ko way back 2019 and 2020 was the best decision I've made in my life. Kasi kasama ko yung wife ko, and we're happy here in Canada. We're starting a family also. Kaya I think everything is going well.
Okay.
And hopefully this year, sana magkaroon na kami ng bahay din.
Yeah,
We can call
no,
our
di
own.
ba? Ang bilis ng mga, no, good. Yeah, why not, if you can.
Yeah, hopefully, ipon-ipon pa.
Happy ka dyan sa, Waterloo? O lilipat ba kayo,
Waterloo, masaya dito if you're coming from a tech industry. Kasi based doon sa mga napanood ko and nabasa ko, is Waterloo region is kind of like the Silicon Valley of Canada.
Yes. Correct. I was told also, shout out kay Paolo Behasa, alam ko, yung kaibigan natin.
Yeah.
Din siya
I
dyan,
think, kaya parang merong episode dati sa Spot Pinoy na tinanong ko ata yun kung
nakapag-decide na siya.
Yes, kung nakapag-decide na siya yung regarding sa opportunity niya dito sa Waterloo.
Wala, hindi niya kinuha. Alam ko, hindi niya kinuha. Pinantayan yata nung employer niya sa Vancouver ang offer, di ba?
Okay. That's good.
But anyway, you're right. Tama ka, no? Parang yun ang Silicon Valley of Ontario or of Canada ba?
Of Canada, yes. So, kasi nandito ang mga biggest tech industry like Google, SAP or SAP, OpenText, yung previous company ko, Shopify, I think, nandito rin. Tsaka different tech. Tsaka yung mga education institution nandito, like University of Waterloo, Laurier University, Conestoga College. So, dito sa region namin, ang daming estudyante. Which is a good thing kasi marami ka rin makikitang tao. Ayun.
I see. Malaki ba ang Filipino community dyan?
Parang palaki na siya. Kasi Waterloo region comprises of 3 cities. Magkakatabi siya. So Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge.
Covered rin ba Kitchener?
Yes. Magkakatabi sila. Para silang Makati, Taguig, and Pasay. Ganun, magkakatabi. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, Francis, thanks so much for sharing your story. Baka may na-miss ka o may na-miss akong itanong that you might want to add before we say bye.
Wala naman. So, shout out na lang sa mga friends and relatives ko na nandito sa Waterloo region and yan, sa Windsor and some of my friends na nandyan sa GTA, Greater Toronto area. Ayan.
Okay. Sana makatulong ito, no? Lalo na sa mga IT na nag-iisip pang magpunta sa Canada or specifically in Ontario. Yeah.
Actually, the tech industry is in demand right now. So, wala pa siya dun sa i-cross out. Wala pa siya sa i-cross out ng government when it comes sa mga pathway kasi napaka-in demand ng STEM, let's call it STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Ayan. So, kapantay niya ang healthcare and construction. Ayan.
I-research nyo na lang talaga, guys, ha? Yung STEM na sinasabi din niya, Francis. Parang nakakita ako ng reports, though. Although, yes, marami pa rin sigurong hiring for IT. Hindi ako sure, though, kung isa yan sa mga binawasan na tatanggapin, parang gano'n, sadly. But anyway, guys, just do your own research, just to be sure.
Yes.
Okay, check nyo rin yung area ng Waterloo. Okay, well, thanks so much, Francis.
Again, thank you for having me, Ina.
So we will end this episode here, our first Kwentuhan episode for 2025. Maraming salamat sa inyo. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!